A lone elf stands in a serene hot spring, but something eerie lurks beneath the surface. A distressed adventurer stumbles into view. Akiya dash. Itsagus dash. AAA. A ghostly figure appears, sending the adventurer into a panic. What were you doing in here? Answer me. Please spare me. I'm not a monster or a ghost. I'm an adventurer. What? The elf's words fall on deaf ears, and the adventurer's fear only intensifies. You're an elf. Yes, that's right, an elf. An elf adventurer. I was exploring the dungeon here. An NPC party. NPC party. Commonly called a raid party. Unlike newbie parties like ours that have entered the dungeon less than a year ago, there are NPC adventure parties that have been struggling to clear the dungeon for years. Depending on the situation, they can become allies or enemies. If things go well, they can even join under our command. And among the NPC parties, there is only one party composed entirely of elves. The Holy Grail Expedition, directly under the Elf Queen. 100 years ago, when the kingdoms of other races were collapsing after the Great War, the Elf Queen gave a secret order to her royal guard to turn the tide of the war. Retrieve the Holy Grail, the stolen national treasure of the fairy kingdom and source of magical power. And then, we consider ourselves a fairly experienced party, but we never imagined a Legion commander would appear personally. We were completely crushed. But after destroying us, you are not the ones we are looking for. They said something like that. What the hell? If that was the case, why attack us? Some of the Nightmare Legion commanders are targeting her. The deeper you go into the Lake Kingdom, the easier it will be for them to track your traces and send hunters after you. After that, they captured us and started dragging us somewhere. Luckily, the bindings on me were loose, so I managed to escape alone. Something big must be happening in the depths of the dungeon. The wandering undead and even the adventurers who commissioned equipment from me. None of them have been seen for a long time. Celebi once mentioned something like this before, that NPC parties were disappearing. Was all that then the Nightmare Legion commanders doing? Are they attacking NPC parties and kidnapping them to find me? What if it's not just them? What if other NPC parties are being kidnapped too? Wouldn't that mean I'm partly responsible for this? Anyway, after escaping alone, I stayed in the women's bath for a few days to recover. Delicious egg, then suddenly someone came in. I was so startled that I dove underwater to hide. But I couldn't hold my breath and eventually popped out. Then she got so scared that she ran away immediately. Anyway, I understand the situation now. Is there anything we can do to help? Could you please rescue my party? Of course, it comes to this. Do you know where they were taken? They were probably taken to Zone 7, their base. The Wolf Den Zone 7. That's not a level we can handle yet. But there is a way. During the next defense battle, once the Werewolf Legion invading Crossroad is wiped out, the place they used as their base should be left with weaker defenses, then a rescue should be possible. The problem is whether the prisoners can hold out until then. He even kindly popped the quest window right in front of me. That guy ate her. Sudden quest. Rescue NPC. Time remaining, 30 days. Check location. The quest expires in 30 days. So the prisoners will survive for at least 30 days. In a desperate bid for survival, the wolf-like creatures will invade the city in 4 weeks, and our party is the only hope. A wise, elven woman listens intently as we explain our plan, her eyes reflecting a mix of determination and fear. Her voice trembles as she responds, "I'll pray my companions endure as long as possible." Her words a heavy weight on my heart. With a newfound sense of purpose, I turn to the party and say, "Let's work together to find a way to the wolf's den." As we begin our quest, the party's leader exclaims, This is insane. We can add an NPC character to the party for free with this contract. The shadow of death loomed over the battlefield. They were probably taken to Zone 7, their base. The Wolf Den. Zone 7. That's not a level we can handle yet. But there is a way. During the next defense battle, once the Werewolf Legion invading Crossroad is wiped out, the place they used as their base should be left with weaker defenses, then a rescue should be possible. The problem is whether the prisoners can hold out until then. Tlee. He even kindly popped the quest window right in front of me. That guy ate her. Sudden quest. Rescue NPC. Time remaining, 30 days. Check location. The quest expires in 30 days. So the prisoners will survive for at least 30 days. I explained our situation to the elf woman, that I am the commander of the southern defense line, and in 4 weeks the Werewolf Legion will invade the city, and that after defeating them we would go rescue her companions too. Understood. My companions are strong people, so I will pray they endure as long as possible. Thank you. Instead, though I hesitate to call it repayment, I recommend that your group prioritize opening a route to the Wolf Den. In that case, I will help with that exploration. I've been wandering around here for a long time, so I know quite a lot, especially when it comes to navigation and scouting. Wait, what kind of jackpot is this? Even if it's just a 30-day short-term contract, I can add an NPC character to the party for free. My name is Verdandi. Please take care of me, Lord Ash. Verdandi? That Verdandi? The leader of the Holy Grail expedition, the SSR rank assassin character. She looked clueless, so I thought she was just weak. She's actually an animed NPC? Ugh. What's wrong, SSR? I mean, Verdandi. I'm sorry, but do you have anything to eat? I've been starving for days. Delicious. This is the best meal I've had in so long. I was looking forward to roasted eggs. I'll roast some fresh ones when we set out. You want it? I'll roast them right away once we return. Are you sure you don't want to come with us? Yes. Until I complete the mission I was given, I cannot leave this place. All the NPC parties wandering the dungeon are like that. Will we end up the same way? If we fail to clear the game, my companions may end up just like them. The thought sends a chill down my spine. In a desperate bid for survival, remnants of humanity cling to the hope of a world lost. Their footsteps echo through the dark tunnels, the only sound in an endless silence. But for some, the struggle has been replaced with a dull routine, a never-ending cycle of toil. And yet, in the shadows, a figure watches, waiting for the perfect moment to strike again. It's been 300 years since the last apocalypse, but the monsters are coming again. The kingdom's defenses have been breached, and the people are on the run. Lucas, the brave knight, stands tall, ready to face the unknown. But as he looks around, he notices something strange, a figure lurking in the shadows. Who is that guy? Lucas wonders, his grip on his sword tightening. The figure vanishes, leaving Lucas with more questions than answers. I don't see anything, Your Highness, his loyal companion Damien says, confused. Lucas's eyes narrow, his mind racing with possibilities, hallucination or reality. The earth starts to rumble, and the sound of monsters grows louder. Lucas takes a deep breath and readies himself for battle. But what will he face? The kingdom's cannons are firing, but are they enough to stop the monsters? Lucas charges forward, his sword flashing in the sunlight. The monsters are upon them, their twisted forms a blur of teeth and claws. Damien falls to the ground, injured, and Lucas rushes to his side. No, Lucas, don't go. Damien cries, but Lucas is already gone. He faces the monsters alone, his sword a tiny spark against the darkness. The creatures are relentless, their numbers seeming to never end. Lucas fights on, his movements a blur as he tries to keep up. But even he can't keep this up for long, he needs a plan and fast. The monsters close in, their hot breath on Lucas's neck. He spots a small opening and takes it, slicing through the crowd. But as he emerges on the other side, he finds himself face to face with a massive, twisted creature, the leader of the monsters. Lucas readies himself for the final battle, his sword raised high. The creature charges, its claws outstretched, and Lucas meets it head-on, the two colliding in a burst of steel and flesh. The outcome is far from certain, but one thing's for sure, only one can walk away. The battle rages on, Lucas and the creature exchanging blows. The kingdom's fate hangs in the balance, and Lucas's grip on his sword begins to slip. But he refuses to give up, his determination driving him forward. The creature lands a devastating blow, sending Lucas crashing to the ground. As he struggles to get back to his feet, he sees a glimmer of hope in the darkness. A figure emerges from the shadows, a sword flashing in the sunlight. It's Lucas? No, it can't be, he's just been defeated. The figure approaches, its eyes locked on Lucas's, and he feels a surge of recognition. Brother, Lucas whispers, his mind reeling with the implications. The figure nods, a hint of a smile on its lips. And in that moment, Lucas understands. The monsters, the battle, it's all been just a test. A test of his strength, his courage, and his loyalty. And he's failed, but what happens next will be the greatest challenge of all. Right? 2 kill counts. 922. Almost 100 rats were blown away just from the first cannon fire. Kill them all. They have a large numbers. Badiri cake. You rat bastards. For their numbers are ridiculously large, which makes them crowd more. In other words, if we pour our attacks within the target range, we can get rid of a bunch all at once. Speen 30 Minitessen Seath battle started. LV? 2. 3B0 dies LV5 large swarat. 2327B0 dies kill counts. 924 at this rate. There'll be no proble. 211 what the? A mountain of corpses. Oh, the piles of corpses are so big. They're climbing over the walls. Kong. Thekel zone falling apart outside me calculations. Cannon squad. Target area. Prepare the 2. The kill zone is from the fort wall. And the grow undiscovered and obstacles. Still okay. However, there's one thing I overlooked. They're too fast. Your Highness. It's not easy to shoot them. The running speed of a 4-legged monster. Why didn't I think off this beforehand? Damn it. At this rate, there will be a lot more rats than I expected that would reach the fort wall. Keek. Hashtag holy shit. 88 that was sick. But no matter how good it is, it can't defend the entire battlefront. Furthermore, so many there are too many. The battlefront moved forward quicker than I expected. The sword fragments are doing their part, but it's just a matter of time until they reach Thefertwal. Igwes hand to hand combatus unavoidable. It'll be detriment alto stop them with just combat. The Silver Army descended upon the city like a dark storm cloud. 11 weary soldiers stood bravely against the enemy's relentless advance. Captain Ortega's eyes narrowed as he gazed out at the battlefield. What are you waiting for, kid? Fire. Completely perfect shots. I've never seen anyone take down so many. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Kid, I got it. Big bro. I hit them. The Silver Army is reeling. The Silver Army. This is it, kid. We're gonna take them down. The larger recruitment of worn and torn old soldiers. Their effect was beyond my expectations. Amateurs, squeeze your buttocks. Don't lose energy. We still have a lot to go. It's okay if you miss. Keep shooting. Even just firing shots will help. Shots will help, but it's the experience that counts, kid. Trust the old soldiers. They stood next to the soldiers and acted as mentors, guiding them through the chaos. Don't worry, Your Highness. We haggards are of the soldiers. We've been through worse. Of the soldiers. I trust them with my life, kid. You should too. Okay, I'll trust the soldiers. But what about the Silver Army's leader? Who's the one pulling the strings? The one we need to take down. I'll find out, kid. I'll get to the bottom of this. But it may be too late. The Silver Army's leader is closer than you think. Our party is cautiously advancing in the dark alleyway of the Lake Kingdom. 41 without even a single strand of light. I wasn't able to feel it when I played the game. Not like I'm in the actual world now, fighting for my life. To think a house-sized golem could pop out from that path over there. Just the thought of it is terrifying. My heart is pounding, and my breathing is getting faster, but I have to stay strong. The golem, a behemoth of stone and steel, is charging towards us. MLZ. The sound of my own voice is distant as I shout out to my allies. Eliminate the enemy. Hidden alleyway room 1, LV.15, Keylight steam engine golem. 2 bodies. We're already in the first dungeon room. It's hard to tell what's what in this dark alleyway. The golem's massive fist is swinging towards us, and I have to act fast. I'll stop it. My katana slices through the air, but the golem is too fast. I'll be careful, Lucas. There's one more. 091112. The golem's second body is now charging towards us. Whoa! The stronger from before. We have to work together if we want to take it down. Good job, Evangeline and Lucas. While the 2 knights bought time, I thought of a plan. That's my job as a member of this party. Jupiter, Damien, will attack. Fighting first. Both Lucas and Evangeline are sturdy knights, but if we were to compare their roles, Lucas is more of a *DT while Evangeline is a *pure tanker. However, if we're talking about endurance, Evangeline is stronger. Evangeline, take a completely and stop it. Yes, Sunbay. Large monsters like golems are each individually strong to balance out their low numbers. And that one even has an elite title, so obviously face-to-face combat will be difficult. That's why we play as parties. Now Lucas, break its stance. Yes, Your Highness. The golem's massive body is now frozen in place. The moment of truth has arrived, and I can feel my heart pounding in my chest. Of OB Jupiter. Blow. On. Chest. We ha to expose its mana core. Your wish is my command. No. It'll be enough. Damien doesn't need a large gap G13T Damien. Pull it. L3. Whoa. Safe. Are you? Alright. I am fine. Golem? Look. D. Boo 71. That's good. It weighs an elite monster that's much stronger than normal monsters. I was flustered by how difficult it became compared to the first area. I think the pattern in the second area is to fight a small number of elite monsters. In simple terms, we can just anticipate that each fight will be like a boss fight. Hey, are you guys or something? I'm not finished here, right? Sorry. You were fighting 5-0 quietly, so. How the Sile GITT3H quiet. My shield 15 crumpled. We're coming, Junior. Guys, let's go. The advancements after that were easy. Each time the alleyway seemed a bit wider, the steam engine golems popped out. At first it was difficult, but after figuring out how to beat them, they were easy to fight. Of course, while advancing, I ran into a mimic that was disguised as a treasure chest. I wonder if they'd believe me if I told them I fell into that trap on purpose. If it makes you guys happy, that's fine with me. The buildings here are eerie, but we'll push forward. Ugh, my hand feels like it's stuck to something. Damn it, this wet and sticky sensation is making my skin crawl. It feels like I'm pushing out my hand, but it won't come off. I like how wet and sticky it feels. Anyway, it looks like we've reached a dead end. Track. I guess we'll have to backtrack. Stay on this alley path. Let's see where it takes us. The buildings are getting closer, either we go through or around them. They seem to be blocked, but we can't give up yet. The doors are physically blocked from opening. Did they lock their doors to keep something inside? From what is outside? What was outside? I feel like we're missing something important. This whole place feels like a puzzle, and I'm not sure I have all the pieces. I don't know what's going on, but I'm starting to feel uneasy. This was all sealed from the outside. It's to stop whatever's in the house from coming out. But then what? What's going on in this building? I don't know. There's no need for us to know that now. Let's keep moving, we'll figure it out as we go. Going. Yes, sir. TLA. GP. Thesendaria hidden alleyway, clear progress, normal room 3/4 bossroomo/1. Is this the room we've been searching for? 111 everyone. Be on guard. You don't know what's coming. Where a golem will appear. The ground is shaking. I can feel it. Something is coming, I can sense it. Get ready, it's going to be a tough fight. The air is filled with an eerie silence, waiting for the attack. Senior, there's a fountain over there. Although the water is all dried up, I see a statue with a mysterious aura, standing tall in the abandoned city square. The statue's face is serene, but its eyes seem to hold a deep sadness. I approach the statue, and as I draw closer, I notice something peculiar. A small inscription on the pedestal reads, King of the Lake Kingdom. Whoa! He has a crown, maybe it's the King of the Lake Kingdom. I feel a shiver run down my spine. Why did the two statues on both sides get destroyed? The city is in shambles. Oh, my prince. Over there. A faint voice calls out from the shadows. My prince. I rush towards the sound, my heart pounding in my chest. R.A. The air is thick with tension as I call out to the mysterious figure. Another light that's not from our torches and lanterns means it must be a person. Let's approach it with caution. Have your weapons ready. I grip my sword tightly, ready for anything. In a city covered with monsters, there's only one thing that's scarier than a monster. Person. Because no person who lives in a place like this is normal. TY. The mysterious figure takes a step forward, and I feel a chill run down my spine. An enemy NPC? Or a helpful NPC? Which is it? My eyes narrow as I size up the newcomer, trying to read their intentions. A wrong move could mean a game over in an instant. We can't let our guard down. I grip my sword tighter, ready to strike at a moment's notice. The air is thick with tension as we face off against the mysterious figure. A wrong move could mean a game over in an instant. We can't let our guard down. I take a deep breath, trying to calm my racing heart. These are the fragments of the defeated elite steam engine golems. 7. Did that person defeat all these elite golems on their own? The fragments of the golems seem to be some sort of puzzle. Since you came all the way here, it seems like you're exploring this place pretty seriously. I nod, trying to seem nonchalant despite the danger that lies ahead. It seems like you're exploring this place pretty seriously. Suddenly, the mysterious figure lunges at me. My heart skips a beat as I raise my sword to defend myself, just as everything goes black. A person who seeks to win must not rely on luck. I know ven no garai, I kept swinging high lucky strike. I won 6011-001. It was my principle to use any and this is the result. You are doomed, rest, and I knew this would happen someday. The weight of my actions crushing me from within. Ag! This is the price of a fumble. The attacker gets immense damage instead. Say, Senior. The sound of my commander's voice echoes through the chaos. Your left hand. The words of my comrade cut through the din of battle. Don't make a big deal of it. I expected this. My resolve falters for a moment. 1-7 The torn skin closes up and the broken bones fuse back together. Urgh. Hurts like hell. My body protests the unnatural healing process. The first aid worked, but I won't be able to use my left arm for a while. Buy me some time. 10 seconds. Just 10 seconds. You need more rest. This isn't the time to rest. The enemy closes in, their blades hungry for my blood. Damn it. No, not those piles of rocks. If one relies on luck, then their plans will eventually fail. I know this. And yet, the reason I used Lucky Strike despite that, too, was because I had insurance in case my luck ran out. I-16. 1 shot, 3 kills. 11. What is that? My second lottery ticket. The SSR mana gun made with the Queen Spider's mana core. Black Queen. It's Damien's, but I took it in a hurry. I have to use all the cheat codes I can right now. This is my plan. Mana guns are hard to handle, but at this close range, even with a weak prince's body, a bullseye is possible. You died. Not my military experience carrying me. Urgh. The recoil is like a cannon. I'll definitely get bruises from using this weapon. Last shot. And skill damage payback. Finally, we've finished off all the ones that followed us. Phew. I have a question, but I'll ask just one. What will we do now? Kay, I told you. We're going to kill them all. Go back to the vacation house. I have a few more insurances in there. Good work, Golem. This is the function I cared about most since summoning him. Now, self-destruct. The countdown begins. What if it doesn't work? 006. Time's running out. I don't even have the strength to be shocked. Amazing, giant steam engine golem. Long, you've done your job. It would be nice if they all died from that, but... Dean, there's 14 left. Let's run. Before those guys pick themselves back up, we have to get to the house. All right. The escape plan unfolds. We can't afford to lose anyone else. Not now, not when we're so close. God damn that bastard. He's a lot tougher than I thought. The most annoying one is still alive. That always happens. The worst bastards always line the longest. It looks like we killed its friend. Shinichihana, what a nice thing to hear. That's the one that attacked our horse. Good riddance. The battle rages on. She's strong, but I'm stronger. Another magic strike dash. The air is electric with power. Ha! The shield. No. It wasn't durable enough. 0. We can't hold out much longer. Ha! Since she has no shield, she's blocking with her weapon. Nice quick thinking. Ha! What's she doing? No time to think, we have to act. Senior, dodge. Ugh. Evangeline. I'm fine. Let's get to the house. We can't let our guard down. Ming. The once thriving village now lay in ruin. Its people scattered and broken. You have a good plan, the elder said, his voice laced with skepticism. To turn this situation around, right, Senior? The young warrior asked, his eyes gleaming with determination. The elder's expression remained unreadable, his eyes fixed on the horizon. Just trust me. The warrior insisted, a hint of desperation creeping into his voice. The air was filled with the sound of rustling fabric as the warrior reached into his pocket. A small, intricately carved stone caught the flickering torchlight, its surface etched with ancient runes. I'm not a knight in shining armor, the warrior muttered, his voice laced with self-deprecation. But I'm a pretty good swindler, he continued, a sly grin spreading across his face. Summon! The warrior shouted, his eyes flashing with excitement. The materials for summoning were laid out before them. An R rank or above mana core, and building materials like stone and wood. Well, there's lots of materials around here, the warrior exclaimed, his eyes scanning the desolate landscape. BOD. The air was charged with anticipation as the warrior raised his hands to the sky. Use everything possible, the elder whispered, his voice barely audible above the wind. Did you think, you monster bastards? The warrior screamed, his face twisted in rage, as the ground began to shake and tremble. You have activated the eye of the commander. Please make eye contact with your intended target of the skill. Target acquired, 12 bodies. Please say your command. Complicated commands have a high risk of failing. Then, a command that can help you escape and is simple. Command difficulty, very easy. Comparing the user's spirit stat and the target's magic stats. T1 comparison complete. Success. 7 bodies. What? What just happened? Yo, your highness. Your nose is bleeding. 300分号. Is nothing more importantly. Run now dash. We'll escape through the teleport gate. I'll clear the way. The teleport gate activated, and we vanished into thin air. But we didn't escape the chaos. In the confusion, I got separated from the group. Wait, what was that noise? My, what an interesting turn of events. Suddenly, a figure appeared before me, eyes blazing with determination. Fire at once dash. Don't let them escape dash. Z2, I'm on it. The air was filled with the sound of clashing steel and magic. W, we're not out of this yet. Evangeline, wait, what's going on? This isn't part of the plan. Heh, you're doing great. My SR, the battlefield was a mess, with bodies scattered everywhere. I need to get out of here now. Damien dash. Don't worry. I've got your back. Yes. We need to retreat now. We have cheat characters on our side. We're almost there. We can retreat safely and prepare the counterattack. But what's that I see in the distance? A group of mages, and they're not alone. Fun, damn it, the mages. Fire and wind abilities are more destructive together. A direct hit from them would be incomparably more powerful than a cannonball and destroy our team. No. Why? To stop that, it's two. The fate of our team hangs in the balance. Jupiter. Axe Gra. Jupiter. I can't hold a toffer long, your highness. Hurry. Ugh. Damn it. Hurry, hurry. Velaporto selecti or destination backyard of the Lods Manor, Kazide Quay dried sewers go in first dash. %1 Once they realized that they couldn't stop us, they stopped attacking. They just stood there and watched us. I couldn't tell what he was thinking behind that mask. Run? Runel, but the smile etched on the mask filled me with dread. It's a cliché phrase for third-rate villains booty couldn't leave without saying it. I'll come 'em back and beat hell out of you. Another new enemy. Free exploration over. You may check your acquired items. Leveled up characters Ash, X, LW.22 LV36 LV00 Damien, N, Evangeline, 5SR, dead or injured characters critical injury Jupiter, SRE6 Afterware returned from the free exploration. Late afternoon. Downtown of Crossroad. Temple. In the future. 9-0. Will we have to fight with people too? In order to protect people. Yan. Call. Must we kill people? When gamed, I will obviously kill enemy NPCs. Both this isn't a problem of whether it's Vorp. Right now, this is reality. They're definitely living, breathing humans like us. Could he fight them like how I fight monsters? Right now, I'm having the same dilemma Damien had. In order to survive, in order to clear the stage, is it okay to fight with people? 100 Hui Wu. Is the treatment over? Yes, thankfully none of them have life-threatening injuries. From the trauma of overseeing her magic MS. Jupiteris currently in a state of magic overload. Magic overload? Yes, it's a state where the magic flows out of control and eats away the caster's body. She might not be able to use magic for the rest of her life. Plus Jupiter was this stage's biggest main force. Who'd have known a misfortune like this would happen? Can I visit her? Not Ms. Jupiter. She's in a very critical state. Maybe I was too harsh on her for activating Gold Lover. I feel bad. The others have finished their treatment. They're probably outside right now. Thank you as always, Miss Saintis. Thanks, you guys. How are y'all feeling? Ellen. Her injury is quite serious. She won't be able to return to the front for a while. We should be thankful it wasn't any worse. But our party's faces couldn't lighten up. A mysterious enemy force that lives in the dungeon. And a comrade's injury. It'd be weird not to be upset. You guys, I am going to let those bastards get a taste of our spiciness. Yeah. Lol, since they dared touch Prince Ashen and his close party, we'll just have to make them pay the right price. Although, killing them would be another problem to think about. Anyway, as much as they messed with us, we must return the favor. Now's not the time to question our motives. Our preparations must be perfect. After we get through this stage and finish preparing for the next one, nothing will stand in our way. The city lies in ruin. Destruction is all we see. Yet we're not done yet. Revenge is still our goal. Revenge is best served rationally, meticulously, with sharpened knives and prepared bullets will wipe them out instantly. So everyone, rest today. Don't think of any complicated thoughts anymore. I ordered the party to take a break. Hey, go eat, wipe your feet, and go to sleep. 10xxxxxl. But Lily isn't a wide-range sorcerer like Jupiter. Oh my lord. How? Wah. Zao. You director bastard. I haven't seen you around these days. What were you doing? Are you doing your job? The city management to me. No. That's not important dash. Z? There's nothing more important to you than managing the city. I'm saying there's a bigger problem. This stage might be the worst event dash. Sure. Sorcerer being absent due to injury? The prisoners escaped prison. I mean, escaped the carriage. Flames engulfed the abandoned horses, their panicked neighs echoing through the night air. A figure emerged from the smoke, a hood cast over their face, eyes fixed on the burning wreckage. Shadows danced across the figure's features as they took a step forward. A lone boot kicking up a spark. What prisoners were being taken to such a remote location? Assistant Prate, I have a message from the castle. And it's not for me. In a world where magic and technology coexist, a catastrophic event known as the Great Calamity has brought humanity to the brink of destruction. The once blue skies are now a perpetual gray, a constant reminder of the devastation that has ravaged the planet. Amidst the chaos, a group of brave warriors, known as the Order of the White Rose, have emerged to fight against the forces of darkness. Led by the enigmatic and fearless commander, Prince Aaron, the Order has been tasked with defeating the powerful and malevolent forces that seek to destroy all that is good. Their mission is to retrieve a powerful artifact known as the Eclipse Crystal, said to have the power to restore balance to the world. But as they embark on their perilous journey, they are met with treacherous landscapes, ferocious monsters, and treacherous allies. Their journey takes them to the fortress of the Gargoyle King, a fearsome and ancient creature said to possess unimaginable power. As they approach the fortress, they are met with a devastating sight. A wave of gargoyle minions, their twisted bodies a testament to the darkness that has consumed the world. God hand, take Lily, Prince Aaron commands, as the group readies themselves for battle. Lily, a skilled warrior, is swept away by the God hand, a powerful ally who is pledged to protect her. The battle rages on, with the Order fighting valiantly against the gargoyle horde. But as the fight intensifies, it becomes clear that the gargoyles are not the only threat they face. A mysterious figure, cloaked in shadows, watches the battle from afar, their intentions unknown. Body bag, take care of your unit members, Prince Aaron shouts, as the group fights to protect themselves. The sound of gunfire echoes through the air, as the Order's allies, the Archers of the Sun, unleash their deadly precision. Main party, you're back in. Everyone, get ready for battle. Boss monsters behave differently than normal monsters. They're more intelligent and evil. 000, they'll try to kill the more important enemy, a wise old sage warns. That's why they attacked the archers and the artifacts first. Even when they're on the fort wall, they'll try to kill the damage dealers more than the tankers. They'll try to kill me, since my level is the lowest and I'm the most important commander. My prince, the two boss monsters are a problem, but the remaining gargoyles are a problem as well. Sixth wave of the gargoyle army. The final wave. Since the wind artifacts that were blocking the center are demolished, their lossless victory is imminent. I have a way to deal with the GTH gargoyle wave. Leave it to me. Yes, sir. Immediate obedience without an ounce of doubt. That means he trusts me that much. What about the other artifacts? Can you activate them immediately? Oh, yes. As you ordered, they're all placed in other places, so we can use them. Just in case, I installed the other artifacts in a different place from the start. The alchemists moved there and controlled the artifacts remotely. Go and activate them immediately. The magic multiplier artifact. The target is me. Understood. But because of my legs, how will I? Godhand, take Lily. Move her to the artifact. Who? With this man again? Now's not the time to be picky, Lily. This is war. Get your act together. Ugh. I'm sore. Go now. There's no time. Lucas, Evangeline. Buy us till the artifact activates. Leave it to me, my prince. I'll earn us an hour. 111. On buy us 12 hours dash. I could finish them all off before that. The gargoyle chieftain isn't an easy monster. It's completely different from the gargoyles you've faced before. Lenoa, let down your guard and defend calmly. Got it? Why, yes. I'll keep that in mind, my prince. Good, go. Damien, how many bullets are left? On the Cerberus, 6 shots per gun. A total of 18 shots. Do you think it'll work with no backup plan? Correct. Good job. You're being optimistic. That means we have to remove the armor with physical attacks, and then hit the inner body with a magic attack, a precise, well-coordinated strategy, but it's so much easier said than done, especially when he's not exactly standing still. Mungdal, since Cerberus is a handgun, it has a shorter shooting distance than other mana guns. We need to get closer. I can't have Damien fight in close range, he's not equipped. I should restore my firepower team first, but we can't wait. Body bag. How are your unit members? They all have large and small injuries, we need to heal them fast. Damien, heal the shadow unit members first. Oh, okay. 0D man, not even the sky's helping. How cruel. Gee. The two gargoyle chieftains began to run towards us simultaneously. Every time they take a step, the fort walls shake. They seem quite heavy. Who? Come on, come on. I'll leave it to you two. OOHLRIN 00, they're heavy. Holy. They dented my shield. Obviously, it'll be hard. A boss that was difficult enough to appear once got a second copy. We're in for a challenge. But they can hold out. Both Lucas and Evangeline are endgame tankers. And finally, Your Highness, artifact, magic multiplier. It's ready. The moment we waited for is here. Good. Activate it now. Got it. Activating magic multiplier dash. The target character's magic effect increased by 100%. The target is me, Ash. So this is how it is. Feels like I can do anything and everything. TLA. Using Eye of the Commander, make eye contact with the target of this skill. In a split second, a comrade fell to his knees, pleading for his life. A dark energy pulsed through the air as magic left the wielder's body in an instant. The command flashed, hard. A comparison of wills. One spirit against the monster's magic. With a surge of determination, the magic multiplier activated, doubling all effects for one fateful moment. The calculation was done, and the result was catastrophic. One body, forever lost. The battle cry erupted. This is how you play, you monster bastards. The line blurred. The warrior's voice cracked. A mix of fury and despair as he charged forward. Go, beast, dash! The world trembled at the monster's roar, as it was given the final command. Destroy to your heart's content. I'm not a child anymore. The war is coming. Please don't take me away. I won't be silenced. You're making this a trap. Your Highness, I beg of you. Do not let the child experience war. Elf, give me a chance to take revenge. Mole, wait. I beg you, Your Highness. You must not, you can't even stand properly, Grandma. Sang Thoi, you can't go to the dungeon. Exploring in a state like this is madness. Jumping into places like this. You know. The reason I lived like this to this day. I've already signed a mercenary contract with His Highness. Today is the day of the mission. 7 If you throw a tantrum here, it'll be difficult for His Highness and embarrassing for me. How about you go and rest later? If I am well and stronger than my granddaughter, you can just take me to the dungeon, correct? Say what you're suggesting, Jupiter. I request. A sparring match. Yuranhof, the decayed Overlord Lang, no, wait. Rather than getting out of the way. Shouldn't I stop them? Yeah. I have to. I can't back off like this. The air was thick with tension as she stood firm. Her eyes locked on the challenge ahead. If you're not going to back down, then neither will I. We stood there, frozen in a silent stare down that seemed to last an eternity. Cur me a little more and see how you do. She sneered, her voice dripping with venom as she taunted her opponent. Everything in this field is at stake, and I won't let you win. But he just chuckled, his eyes glinting with a challenge. Fine. Let's end this once and for all. I'll face you. The crowd gasped as the two opponents clashed in a flurry of movement. I guess it's time finally to show you the skills I've learned from over your shoulder. Huh? The skills she'd spent years mastering, honed to perfection in the shadows. Get cocky, child. You could be extremely talented, but how could you compare your work? Her words cut deep, striking at the heart of his confidence. Dash. The air was electric with tension as the two opponents sized each other up. The outcome was far from certain, and the crowd held its collective breath. You've aged a lot, Grandma. Her eyes narrowed, a fierce glint in their depths as she responded. Dash. My garden. These mages. Go take your lightning somewhere else. Ugh. The match was over in an instant. Halbi. The outcome was far from certain, and the crowd held its collective breath. Can't you just take your revenge on me and be done with it? The air was thick with tension as she stood firm, her eyes locked on the challenge ahead. You know there's no way I'd do that, Grandma. Go back to the temple and rest. I'll be back soon. Are you all right, Jupiter? Your Highness. The crowd parted, revealing a figure in the shadows, its eyes fixed intently on the scene. Even though she's not well, she went to this extent to try to stop her granddaughter. I wonder what happened between them. There was no way of knowing, and I have no time to listen now. The battle has to go as planned. And the air was electric with tension as the two opponents sized each other up. Let's also head back, Lucas. Everyone should be there. Yes, sir. There was an incident. But now I have the 3 teams I planned for. The main party's determination is clear. We will retake the base camp, no matter the cost. Godhand, the ruthless leader of the Shadow Unit, sneers at our resolve, confident in his superiority. Meanwhile, Dion's squad readies themselves for battle, their leader's calm demeanor a stark contrast to the chaos ahead. A total of 15 people, each with their own story and motivations, prepare to face the unknown dangers beneath the lake. The air is thick with tension as we set out on our mission to recapture the base camp. Our party is a mix of veterans and newcomers, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. We've been tasked with retaking the base camp, but what we'll find there remains a mystery. This is the most people I've ever sent to the dungeon under the lake, and I can only hope we're prepared. Later, we'll be returning to the manor, but for now, our focus is on the mission at hand. The silence is oppressive as we make our way deeper into the dungeon. The darkness seems to press in on us from all sides, making it hard to breathe. Follow her, Lucas. A voice says, and we move forward, our hearts pounding in our chests. Cast your eyes upon the figure ahead, a sense of trepidation building in your gut. The air is heavy with anticipation as we await the outcome of our actions. Ominous clouds gather above, threatening to unleash a storm at any moment. Damien's eyes narrow, his gaze fixed intently on the figure ahead. Follow from behind, he says, his voice low and menacing. Have you made your decision, Damien? The fate of our mission hangs in the balance. His eyes flicker towards you, a hint of uncertainty in their depths. The weight of responsibility rests on your shoulders, and you know what's at stake. As long as it's your Highness' command, Damien says, his voice laced with a hint of reluctance. A faint smile plays on his lips, but it's clear he's not convinced. Don't push yourself, Damien. We can't afford to lose anyone on this mission. But it's too late. The die has been cast, and there's no turning back now. The sound of footsteps echoes through the cavern, growing louder with each passing moment. Change your beliefs, Damien, for the sake of our mission and the lives we're about to put in danger. His eyes flash with anger, but you know he's not convinced. SCA. Red. The sound of his voice is barely audible over the pounding in your ears. The air is electric with tension as we prepare to face what lies ahead. The darkness seems to be closing in around us, making it hard to think clearly. I feel like if I pull the trigger at someone, at that moment something will snap inside of me. The sound of my own heartbeat is deafening. The weight of our mission is crushing me, and I'm not sure I can carry on. The silence is oppressive, making it hard to breathe. Need to take lives. The thought sends a shiver down my spine. With your skill, you can avoid taking lives, but at what cost? The moral implications are weighing heavily on my mind. The fate of our mission hangs in the balance, and I'm not sure which way it will tip. My head is pounding, the tension building to a breaking point. What kind of shooter will you become in the face of this moral dilemma? The world was on the cusp of a new era, and the future was uncertain. But one thing was clear. Whatever path you chose, you were the party's ace. The weight of responsibility settled heavily on your shoulders. As you stood at the forefront, your comrades looked up to you with hope. Yes, Your Highness. they said in unison, their voices laced with a mix of awe and trepidation. You couldn't help but feel a sense of pride wash over you. Is everyone ready? You shouted, your voice echoing through the chamber. The room erupted into cheers as your party charged forward, ready to take on whatever lay ahead. But your journey was about to take an unexpected turn. You vanished from the battlefield, leaving your party to fend for themselves. A blinding light engulfed you as you were teleported to a mysterious realm. The world around you began to distort, and your senses reeled in confusion. When the light faded, you found yourself face to face with an eerie silence. The air was thick with an unsettling energy that seemed to crawl under your skin. It was as if the very fabric of reality was torn apart, revealing a dark and foreboding truth. A chill ran down your spine as you realized you were not alone. You were surrounded by an unseen presence, its malevolent aura closing in around you. A figure emerged from the shadows, its eyes fixed intently on you. This is a familiar sight, the figure said, its voice dripping with malice. You had seen this before, but never thought you'd be on the receiving end. The world's greatest heroes fell to a single crushing blow. Their fate remains a dark secret. Name, that Alonius Mortheno for me. Okay. But why are you so docile all of a sudden? You shifted from a boss to an average NPC. How is this the same person? Well, anyway, would you be able to help using our dungeon search moving forward? Jackal is an incredibly strong character at a level 75. If we can recruit him, just having him as a support member will make our load a heck of a lot easier. When I became the combat king, my body belonged to the Colosseum. I'm not sure about theoria around it, beautiful leave this place, then I'm unibiltus. My abilities. I'm very sorry. No, I'm the one who was being too cheeky. Sorry, Jackal, and maybe. Something is off about this place. The shadows seem to be watching us. I don't like it. Of course. How many? Just state your number. Wait. Stop. What are your hands doing in there? In the game, if you skip the boss battle with the Jackal, he changes into a normal Kanjavesu, the Shard of Darkness. Dackal Idnanil, I guess I can get it for free this time. Let's start with 3 for now. Shard of Darkness classification. Material: a crystal formed from the darkness off depths of hell. Itis or item found beyond zones in the dungeons. Itis said thatify a hold it classido your ear, you can hear faint whispers. It might abituerto say thighs about myself, but I think I'm starting to remember. Then, Jeem, is there a way out of this place? Canjit some answers. 7 soy think we'll need to rest a bit. Way I'm so tired. My body aches all over. Maybe I just need a good night's sleep. A bed. It's heaven. Hooray. Ye inside the Colosseum gladiator quarters. This is the life. I can finally relax. But for how long? I sense something is coming. Well, more than me being incredible, I just referenced the strategy that already existed. I guess I should be thanking my brain for remembering everything, of course. But there are 2 ladies here. Right? Yo, kind of blood machine what? A cockroach? Hi 9. Eek. Lucas. Assist me. Nosy hey. Teaming up 15 cheating. Help me. Ain't nen on my team, right? Oh. Hush. I am not picking sides. If you don't help me, then I'm stuck to you like glue. Cheaters. How dare you mobilize a magician? 1 okay. You started it first with the 2v5-1. Damien Dash. ZZZI5 he asleep already. Ag Dash. Yay. I'm Myler good sorry. D. It wasn't enough. It's those 2 evil ladies. Oof. It's my first time seeing her laugh like that. It was different from the fake smiles Junior normally had. This one was honest, long time no see. Hyung. Lol, Triathlon's so fun. Your channel blew up while I was away. Narration text. Sick anywhere. Oh yeah. Well, never mind, I'm okay. Narration text. Narration text. Are you sure you're okay, Your Highness? It seemed like narration text. Narration text. There's something I regret from before. Narration text. Narration text. I'm not sure if that's the reason, but I'll keep having narration text. Narration text. Recurring dreams about it. Narration text. A lot of people seem to be experiencing that. Narration text. Narration text. Maybe it's narration text. Narration text. Everyone else is sleeping soundly. Narration text. N. Narration text. Everyone is sleeping really well. Narration text. Narration text. Your Highness. Narration text. But I think you need to wake up for this. Narration text. Narration text. We're being attacked. Vampires. Narration text. Narration text. We'll leave them with a bitter taste in their mouths. Narration text. Narration text. I've dealt with a lot worse than this before. Narration text. Narration text. You don't become the combat king so easily. You know? Narration text. However, since we don't know when we'll narration text, quickly take the underground tunnels and head back. Narration text. Narration text. Don't let your guard down, Your Highness. Narration text. Narration text. The vampires are closing in. Narration text. Narration text. The fate of our kingdom rests on your shoulders. Narration text. Narration text. Can you lead us to victory? Narration text. Narration text. Or will we fall to the darkness? Narration text. She stood at the crossroads, a choice etched on her face like a scar. The loser's path will open up in the opposite direction. 6. Now hurry and go. You must leave this place. The wind howled through the abandoned streets, a mournful sigh. Her footsteps echoed off the crumbling walls. The words lingered, a whispered secret. Run, run, that's more. Talking like that makes it sound like you're gonna die. Her voice trembled, a fragile thread. A shiver ran down her spine, a chill in the air. The shadows danced, a macabre waltz. Did I kill the mood instead? A hesitant smile, a tentative greeting. It would be nice to meet again more casually next time. The words hung in the air, a fragile promise. Oh, and this is just a small gift from me. I will be looking forward to seeing you again, Your Highness. All right, I'll be closing the door now. %9 ban zhongmian dan qi. This really does make it look like a death flag. We still have a long way to go if we the VML. A faint scent of smoke wafted through the air. It's suddenly a lot colder than they were yesterday. The air grew thick, a heavy blanket. Suddenly, so cold, her teeth chattered, a fragile sound. The darkness closed in, a suffocating shroud. There's something ahead of the tunnels. The Vampire King. Celine Dion. Why? In a world where ghouls outnumber humans, a lone hero must rise to save the day. But it's not a day, it's a night, and the ghouls are coming for us all. 5 seconds left until impact. The clock ticks faster with every passing moment. What are those? In the third wave, there were a lot of specially strengthened ghouls. First, there were the tank-type ghouls that blocked the silver arrows with their entire bodies. They didn't last long and blew into pieces mid-air, but the ghouls under them didn't receive any damage. Next were the agile types that were leading the charge. Their speed was a nightmare to keep up with. Lastly, the buffer types. Lol. They cast a berserk buff to the entire third wave army. The ghouls that first charged at us on 2 legs now came running to us on all 4s. What's with all these monster variants? Is this some kind of zombie shooting game? We had to change our tactic from before. A desperate measure was needed. Fire all the artifacts we've got. However, it wasn't enough. We need wide-ranging magic. Jupiter. TL. She acted fine initially, but her age is finally catching up to her. I guess we have no choice but for you to step up, Junior. The weight of the world rests on her shoulders. I had the feeling my turn was coming up, Your Highness. Will you be okay? Junior has been assigned a critical role in the battle against vampires. The fate of humanity hangs in the balance. The pressure is mounting. The sound of ghouls closing in gets louder. Time is running out. Wait, Your Highness. Delay. I was assigned to be the wide-range attacker. Why? The weight of responsibility crushes me. Burnout. How much longer again? The battle rages on. Good. When it's ready, we'll coordinate with Junior. The stage is set. Prepare for the final showdown. Focus on the fallen blood and get rid of them. Yes, sir. Lucas, Evangeline, Joan-Al and Dion's mercenary squad. Get ready for hand-to-hand combat. Don't let a single one get over the wall. It's finally our turn. We'll show them those monsters what's up. The tracks. Don't ET. Okay. At least they respond well. These newbies the monsters are climbing over. Block them dash. Nice. 5 points dash. Or 0-1 yes. 6 points. See. Guys, let's go. 2 dash. Just as we practiced. Oh good, they're doing well. We're ready to fire. Shoot it immediately. Oh wait, let me know how I use lightning. Yay. The water and lightning combo attack was critically effective against the ghouls. This is the real value of an elemental mage who could use multiple elements simultaneously. The vampire army's third wave was a gamble, but the Twilight Corps held the line. Ha! You dare to test our strength. IT did just happen to the Bloodkins' numbers? The strategic advantage shifted, and the vampires faltered. Their leader, the Lord of Shadows, sneered as he rallied his troops. The sound of steel on steel echoed through the night. 3 still have a long way to go. The soldiers fought with a ferocity that bordered on desperation. The ghouls that were already climbing the wall weren't within the magic range, and so they were still climbing. Twilight Corps. Why Corps? Honestly, I didn't want to send ordinary soldiers into hand-to-hand combat. Of course, there was a strategic reason for not letting the Bloodkin gain extra lives. But honestly, I just didn't want to see anyone die anymore. But I know. I understand. There is no battlefront with no sacrifice. Therefore, the stakes were raised, and the soldiers fought with renewed determination. The monsters that are climbing the walls right now are the last ones in the third wave. Kill them all dash. I gave them the order to attack. Lee Tim Knock SV my lord dash. 1. Let's go dash. Destroy them all. The vampires were relentless, but the Twilight Corps stood firm. The clash of steel on steel grew louder, a cacophony of chaos. The outcome hung in the balance, as the last remnants of the vampire army charged. Currently, a majority of the vampire army has been killed. If we can keep this going. The soldiers rallied, their spirits lifted by the prospect of victory. The ghouls that were climbing the walls were the last ones standing. 1% the margin for error was narrow, but the Twilight Corps held their ground. They're moving. The vampires were closing in, their numbers dwindling but their resolve unwavering. The Lord of Shadows stood atop the wall, his eyes fixed on the horizon as the Twilight Corps charged forward. The battle raged on, but the war was far from over. Inferial Ash is sitting with the Vampire King, the strongest monster we've ever encountered, drinking calmly and having a conversation. Inferial. Looking back, Ash Wazelwaste like that. He didn't seem to have the basic human drive for self-preservation. Is it because he's a cool-headed leader? Or... The Vampire King's eyes narrowed, sensing the lie within Ash's words. I know everyone is exhausted, but let's get ready for the last battle. The stage was set with the ominous backdrop of a ruined city. This final is the fight. Ash's voice echoed through the battle-weary crowd. Yuran Voth the Defesegame Hour. The crowd's murmurs transformed into a fiery chant. You even defeated Alpha and Beta. Well done, humans. Now shall we start the real war? Ugh! A shrill whistle pierced the air, signaling the start of the final battle. Join the stage as well. May I escort you, little sheep? Percent Al-12 the Vampire King began to walk towards Ash, an unnerving smile spreading across his face. My lord, are you alright? The humans' reactions always amuse me. Wondery your manners. Cough. Are worse than your looks, Vampire King. Wasn't our meeting still ongoing? What's the point of a conversation between humans and monsters? It's all just pointless opinions. Isn't that what you thought as well? The Vampire King's gaze turned cold, his eyes burning with a sinister intensity. I've been patient for long enough. Now, can I eat? I'm so hungry I can barely stand it. Stage 5. I've been watching you all fight and wondering which of you is the biggest threat. The sniper? Mage? Knight? You all have potential. The biggest Ash. Not only did you lead the battle up to this point, but you also maintained your sanity even after facing Malone. It might be obvious, but Ash's calm demeanor was unsettling. You resemble the great humans I faced a long time ago. I admit it. You are a danger to the path my king will take. Like manga, I shall take your life first. Your life first. Zero. Aho, you were able to react to my movement. It seems like you've grown a bit. You think I only reacted, you bastard dash. Oh, you won't be able to dodge this. 76. But if this is all you prepared, how will you be able to stop me? He is the Lord of the Vampires. He is a monster who has mastered the vampire skill tree in both physical enhancement and magic. Unless we can neutralize both his body and magic, it is nearly impossible to stop him. So we need to block both areas. But we're not ready yet. In that case, summon. The Chimera origin summoning magic I obtained during the Colosseum exploration. This thing is also a boss-level monster. It will buy us some time. This battlefield is pure, just for me and humans. Me-san. So easily. 11. It's over. Skull's smirk falters. Your opponent 15 me. X no Skull. Archers don't fight close combat. What are you doing? And now he's coming for me. The world teeters on the edge of annihilation, and it's all because of a secret known as the Nightmare. Black Queen, SSR, LV.55. Category: Artillery, Attack Power, 225 to 250. Durability, 7/7. Ammunition, 7/7. The option to eliminate enemies with this weapon has been unlocked. Next 3 enemies. I thought these were just additional options, but it turns out these question marks actually mean something. I almost got into big trouble with Damien without even realizing it. No wonder it seemed overbalanced to use for now. I'll use it 3 more times then stop. The air was thick with tension as I stood face to face with the Nightmare's enigmatic presence. The magic core of Celendian. Are you just going to leave it in use without even crafting it? No, that's not it. Memories of Celendian's fate still lingered in my mind like an open wound. I couldn't shake off the feeling that something was off. That this was all just a clever ruse. Right? That's a good idea. You shouldn't be dominated by a weapon. You're the one who should dominate it instead. If you don't have the capability to do that, then how are you planning to handle the Nightmare Slayer in the first place? Which means, if you've handled the Nightmare Slayer well so far, then you're either very lucky or very, very brave. Kid, weapons are supposed to be dangerous. How can it not be dangerous when the blade is running and firing to take a life? The Nightmare Slayer, instead of being powerful, is just a little bit more dangerous. It's like having an edge in a game of survival. That was already decided. Just like when he gave the Black Queen to Damien, the weapon created from Celendian's magic core should of course be given to the specialist who killed Celendian. The memories of Celendian's fate still haunted me, a constant reminder of my duty to protect this world. Time to check the reward box for Stage 5. These boxes feel like the relics left behind by fallen comrades. All this time I've lacked the courage to open them, but today was different. 190A71. Oh shit. What the heck? First, let's calm down and check this first. What? Cloak of the Stealthy Dawn set. Of all sudden, the first tier of assassin equipment? Cloak of the Stealthy Dawn set, April 4th. When wearing the entire set, you become completely undetectable to enemies for 10 seconds each time you kill an enemy. This effect can only trigger once every 10 minutes. And I had a feeling that this was just the beginning. Well, something about all this feels very fishy. But still, it's really good. And next, Artifact, SSR. Starting from the beginning, incomplete form from the box, and ridiculously low probability too. This artifact has effects true to its name. Crossroad Fortress Defense Hall, one-time use only. So what's the catch? The last 3 SSR grade boxes. H%. I can say today's box opening is the main event. Now then, let's show some respect for the SSR box. What is this? Hold on, let me take a closer look. Fragment of the Great Commander's flag, 1/5. A dedicated equipment for the character Ash. One of the 5 fragments of the Great Commander's flag, X. Collect all 5 fragments to complete 1 flag. So, it's my own equipment. There are 5 pieces and I got only 1 of them? Dedicated equipment crafting quest Ash X. Collect the fragments of the Great Commander's flag. 1/5. Most dedicated equipment is usually tied to the character's story narrative, but Ash, this idiot character, has to rely on luck for that as well. And now, the real question remains. Will I be able to uncover the truth behind the Great Commander's flag? Well, first of all, I'll deal with this later. Next, did a complete item drop inside Izog's H17. Invisibility Cloak SSR LV. 1. Category, Auxiliary Equipment. Attack Power, O. Durability, 3/3. I've never seen such equipment before. It seems like it's meant for more of an everyday use. Anyway, let's move on to the last SSR box. God. Please. Your error. Karma Eater, SSR, LV. 45. Category, Long Sword. Attack Power, 30/40. Durability, 20/20. Like a paladin who ended up with the wrong traits and shifted towards a dark alignment. Volkovlevink as expected, here they are. Human alignment, traits, beastification, and divinization. Alignment points, list igment points, beast, divine. However, the best item dropped perfectly at the right time. Since I got the Karma Eater, I'll drain all the increased beastification points. The injuries from the last battle haven't healed yet. I think it'd be really unreasonable to explore in the time being. I'll let the party members rest, repair the damaged equipment, order new equipments, repair the walls and artifacts. 3 days later. My lord. Buhalelkas. How was it? I thoroughly searched the interior of the temple, but aside from the goddess statue from that time, there were no items used for espionage. I see. What about Margarita? She has been imprisoned in the priest's chamber since that day. I monitored her closely, but she hasn't been doing anything suspicious. However, she keeps drinking. Drinking? Yes. And murmuring a complaint like, why do I have to end up like this? Triple A yo percent hick. A world where magic has consumed everything, and a lone mage stands at the edge of destruction. The once blue sky now a deep, foreboding gray, as if the very heavens are crying out in despair. 71201, the code name for a project that could either save or destroy humanity. The city lies in ruins, a testament to the devastating power of magic. 201, a number etched into the mind of a young girl, a reminder of the tragedy that befell her family. The sound of magic echoing through the streets, a constant reminder of the danger that lurks around every corner. Southern Topoth Continent, Monster Frontline, Fortress City Crossroad, KF west of the city, Cemetery, MNN Jupiter the Thunderbolt, rests here. Never thought I'd die in a place like this. It's the South, just like you wished. But there's no swimming pool filled with water, nor any fancy resort. To die some meaningless like this. Is that why you did what you did back then? I still can't understand you. A ghost of a smile on a face long forgotten. A memory that haunts the living. Ah, are you Jupiter's granddaughter? Right. The one Jupiter took in that day. The survivor from the kingdom of Camilla. Do you remember? Why, whether I remember you or forget you, what does it matter? EWWH, I've already forgiven Mom. I don't really have any feelings left for you either, who was Mom's superior at the time. You're a mage. Quite talented too. But you're dying. If you don't stop using magic right now, you have left will burn away. It's none of your business, right? It's none of my business at all. But if you die, wouldn't your mom be sad? That's also not your concern. Haha, right? Of course. It's just a waste. You seem to have quite a bit of talent. Tan. Hey! Jupiter's daughter? Jupiter. How did she die? Like a mage. A cold wind blows, carrying the whispers of the past. I see. Then that's fine. Lady Lily. I know you're in there. Lady 1.17 Crossroad City Center. Alchemist's Workshop. Can't you meet once? Lady Lily. I'm leaving Crossroad now, to carry out the mission entrusted to me by Prince Ash. It's quite dangerous and perhaps I might not be able to return. I'm not asking you to trust me again, or to forgive me. That's not what I'm trying to say. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. Lady Lily, my squad and I are now departing for our mission site. If I can return safely, I would like to see you then and apologize. The city falls silent, as if holding its breath in anticipation of what's to come. Well then, I'll be going. The sound of footsteps echoes through the empty streets, a lone figure disappearing into the distance. Lord's Manor, reception room. The air was thick with tension, awaiting the return of the missing commander. Party members huddled in the corners, whispering among themselves, their faces etched with worry. The weight of responsibility hung heavy on the shoulders of the remaining soldiers. Hey kid, what's with your posture? Are you slacking off just because the Lord isn't here? Leave me alone, old man, I'm just not motivated. Since Sunbeam isn't here, the party members all found their own things to do and hold up. The regular soldiers are still gloomy. And those support troops, the older brothers and sisters who came down from the capital, why are they so damn annoying? Weren't you the one who hated this hick town and went to the capital? Well, yeah, that was then, but only I get to diss it. I guess only a resident of a hick town has the right to diss a hick town? Ha! That makes sense. Lucas listened to Evangeline's words with a smile, but he was deeply troubled by the current situation. Between the support troops from the capital and the existing crossroad forces, friction was already brewing, known and unknown. But the commander who could whip both sides into shape had gone up to the capital. Reina seemed to be stirring up trouble all over the city, and the original party members were annoyed by such support troops. The war of nerves between the two sides was expected to continue for some time. Sigh. With Sunbeam gone, it feels like the entirety of Crossroad has come to a halt. Sunbeam, he'll come back, right? Crossroad Temple backyard. One day, when I came to my senses, alcohol and cigarettes were in my hands. I managed to hold on to things going. My espionage kid has been exposed. Being nagged by Prince Ash. Getting dirty looks from others in the castle. Ah. My life. Where is it going? You're having a hard time, aren't you? Here, have one of these at least. Jinnah. Thank you. But who might you be? I'm from Central. High Priestess Margarita, in charge of this southern sector. You know why I'm here, right? Margarita. Let's die cleanly here. I don't particularly enjoy doing this kind of thing either. I always end up with these roles, really. The battlefield trembled as a lone figure unleashed a shot that shattered reality. High Priestess. This way. Her voice echoed through the chaos, drawing the figure towards her. KO. The sound of a high-pitched bullet pierced the air, and the figure stopped in its tracks. A faint hum of magic dissipated as the figure stood frozen, a look of confusion on its face. What kind of messed-up sniping skill is that, child? I've spent my whole life on the battlefield, but I've never seen anything like this. Piercing the center of magic with a magic bullet to forcibly dispel it? Ha! This is already beyond human capability. Alright then, let's see if you can dispel this magic too. The figure's eyes locked onto a new target, its hand moving with precision. That's enough. A commanding voice cut through the air, halting the figure's movement. Song El. The sound of steel scraping against the ground echoed through the battlefield. Li. A figure in commander's attire strode towards the high priestess, its eyes fixed on the frozen sniper. Sir Reina, what do you think you're doing right now? The commander's voice was laced with a mix of concern and authority. It's nothing, acting commander. Just a small scuffle. The high priestess's response was tinged with a hint of sarcasm. Sir Reina. The commander's expression turned serious, its eyes narrowing. Understood. Buhal, I'll try to be a bit quieter from now on. The high priestess's words were laced with a hint of mockery. Well then, see you next, sniper. The commander's voice was firm, its eyes still fixed on the frozen figure. Run and... High Priestess Margarita. The figure's gaze shifted towards the High Priestess, its eyes filled with a mix of curiosity and concern. It would be best for you to hide well so you're not easily found. Chi. The High Priestess's words were laced with a hint of urgency. The figure's eyes locked onto a nearby alleyway, its hand moving towards the entrance. This is a headache. The High Priestess's voice was tinged with frustration, its eyes scanning the surrounding area. I was obsessed, but to think she'd move so openly. Is this really all there is to it? The High Priestess's words were laced with a hint of confusion. I don't want to. Oh, the figure's voice was barely audible, its eyes fixed on the alleyway. Who? The sound of a nearby explosion echoed through the battlefield. Please return quickly, my lord. A voice whispered in the High Priestess's ear, its words laced with urgency. Read. For a figure in the distance whispered a single word, its voice barely audible over the chaos. The prince and the merchant's daughter were never supposed to fall in love. Their family's union was a business deal, not a romance. But Ash and Serenade couldn't help themselves. They were meant to be together. Or so it seemed, until Serenade found out the truth about their engagement. Why did the prince suddenly become so cold again after warming up to her? Now that she's learned what warmth feels like, Serenade can't go back to the way things were. Their relationship was a farce from the beginning, a deal between two families. The imperial family needed money, and the merchant family wanted status. A shaky Jenga tower waiting to collapse. But Ash and Serenade refused to let their love be destroyed by the weight of their family's expectations. Ash had made up his mind to live as a commoner, free from the prince's duties. That's why, Serenade, Ash had to leave, to protect you and himself. Let's start over from the beginning, as two people without the weight of their family's wishes. Forget the imperial family's situation, your family's wishes, just start fresh, purely between the two of us. From the beginning, Ash and Serenade were business partners, equal footing and mutual respect. A fresh start, what do you think, Serenade? Even as dance partners, will you continue with Ash? Or is it truly over? Of course, partner Ash will always be there for Serenade. On a day when delicate petals fall softly in the breeze, Ash and Serenade share a tender moment. As they grow into adulthood, their love continues to flourish. Like the poem said, some relationships need time and patience. But for now, Ash and Serenade are happy to be together, free from the pressures of their family's expectations. It was a good time, my lord. I enjoyed it too, Serenade. Your Highness, just one thing. Could you grant me one wish? Just once. Can Ash and Serenade be together without the weight of their family's wishes? Ash and Serenade's love is strong enough to overcome any obstacle. But for now, they must part ways, at least for a little while. Ash holds Serenade close, his heart pounding with excitement and nervousness. Serenade's eyes sparkle with tears, as she realizes she might never see Ash again. Ash takes one last look at Serenade, his heart heavy with the thought of leaving her behind. But he knows he must leave, for their own good, and for the sake of their family's peace. And like that, they parted ways, their love strong but their circumstances cruel. Ah, right, the prince's reputation is in tatters. Serenade's eyes sparkle with mischief, as she contemplates her newfound freedom. But for Ash, the consequences of their actions will be severe. Sword display, unfold. Okay, got it. She told me Serenade spent 3 days crying but returned to work this morning. So, when are you returning to Crossroad? Tomorrow. Planning to leave at noon. You should join me then. Imperial Palace. His Majesty just entered dormancy. He had stayed awake for a long time, so the situation on the front line must have gotten urgent. He just said, do the best you can. An independent front. Huh? From now on, the Southern Front will no longer receive protection from the imperial family. Thank you, we no longer have to slaughter prisoners of war in human sacrifices. Thanks to you, we avoided meaningless killing. Truly, thank you. All right then, I'll return to the front lines too. We finally gathered together, and now we're all going our separate ways. Come here, both of you. A brotherly hug. All right then, let's meet again, my little siblings. Sir Gemma, did you really come all the way to the capital just to get a little thing like an independent front? But still, as Fernandez said, I always whined about lacking troops. What we did probably shouldn't have been done, but what are you talking about? I gained so much. UN. Yeah. I really did. Though half of them bailed, the remaining superfans, no nobles, gave us funding. We secured a partnership with the Empire's largest merchant group. We learned the secrets of the Emperor and the princes. We got 1400. I made a firm decision for myself. Who I want to live as, and how I want to live. That alone made coming to the capital worth it. You really... I've never been able to understand you. Sometimes you're too clever, then suddenly act like a thug. You listen, then blow everything up. You never change. Can't promise that. Geez. Yeah, and your adjutant on the southern front, Ader. That immortal bastard. Don't trust he's a con artist. What? What do you mean, percent? What are you even talking about? Why does he always drop a bomb and disappear? Come to think of it, Kahan said something. That he got a secret order from the center. To keep a close eye on the Lord's adjutant. Ader is an immortal? Shouldn't I trust him? He's a con artist? Why is the imperial family watching Ader so closely? Excuse me, Lady Wintersilver. Molol. Alberto? I was planning to retire. But haha, I've brought a recommendation letter from Prince Ash. Since you'll be doing more business with the imperial family, he thought the former palace chamberlain might be of help. You're more than welcome, Alberto. I look forward to working with you. Likewise, Lady Serenade. I've been struggling on my own for a while anyway. First, let me explain the business with the imperial family. Business is great and all, but Lady Serenade, there are moments in life that never come again. Ha! His Highness told me that you still haven't gone to see him since the party. I don't think you should be here right now. His Highness will soon leave for the south. People, are you really sure there's nothing you want to tell him? But His Highness already broke off our engagement. So what? We're not engaged anymore, and we're not lovers either. So how could I? So what? Are you really giving up that easily? You, the leader of the Empire's greatest merchant group? You have something you want, and you're just letting it go? People, life is short, my lady. I won't give up on you. Out of nowhere. No matter how many times you push me away, I'll keep reaching out to you. And I'll become so amazing that you'll have no choice but to look my way. Even if you go to the ends of the world, I'll chase after you to the ends of the world. I'll follow behind you with this heart full of black-hearted desire. I'll try. Just wanted to tell you that. Serenade, don't be ridiculous. We're not even in love. So why waste your breath? South Gate of the capital. Well, it's goodbye to the city too. Should I return now to my strategy-filled days? A short outing was fun, but I must not forget my true purpose. Serenade, did you come to say goodbye? Huff, huff. Your Highness. I won't give up on you. Out of nowhere. No matter how many times you push me away, I'll keep reaching out to you. And I'll become so amazing that you'll have no choice but to look my way. Even if you go to the ends of the world, I'll chase after you to the ends of the world. I'll follow behind you with this heart full of black-hearted desire. I'll try. Just wanted to tell you that. Midnight screams echo through the desolate streets as Lady Serenade escapes her captors. Yi Balfan Hall, I'll be waiting. Echoes in her mind as she sprints towards the unknown. At the end of the world, freedom awaits, but danger lurks in every shadow. Silent panel, we'll meet again anyway. The thought brings a glimmer of hope to her weary face. There's still a lot of work to be done with the Winter Silver Merchant Group, and time is running out. Weren't you two supposed to have broken up? We're just starting over from the beginning. Do all playboys say that when they dump someone? No way, this is serious. I just want Lady Serenade to be happy. Me too. His words are laced with sincerity. I sincerely wish for her happiness. A rare sentiment in a world of deception. Red Vor. The mysterious stranger's words trail off, leaving the fate of Lady Serenade uncertain. The Empire's southern front was a war within a war, one of loyalty, deception, and desperate survival. Identity to a monster licketh that on a foreign country's battlefront. 9-9. A foreign country, they say. All the hero ECV recruited so far were from the Empire. But they're different. Anthesis the Empire's southern front. It's obvious they'll reject the notion of putting their lives on the line here. For them, this is just a means to a salary. Exemption from punishment. Alonacant elicit true loyalty. In the game, Everyone was loyal as long as I paid them enough. I was foolish. How can I make those bandits loyal to this battlefront? What the? A grab attack. Grab and swallow. It's only off the common attacks that boss level slimes use. If you don't attack or defend for at least 3 turns around it, it judges that character is preparing a dangerous move and prioritizes them for grabbing and swallowing. Oi, that's wisent them out with clubs and spears. Woot the tat attack activate. Wait a minute. These bastards. Where are they just pretending to fight in front of the slime emperor? Help em. Damn gods it, forsake. Now it's in digestion mode. It won't attack until the digestion is over. But in 10 minutes, Coolin and Asparty will have completely dissolved and become nutrients for the slime emperor. It's left until a mental deconstruction? 10 minutes, Highness. Coincidentally 10 minutes here as well. Those bandits. Let's let them get digested. It'll take a minimum of 10 minutes for the digestion to finish. And if you use Junior and Reina's magic, we'll be able to finish off the boss monster cleanly. There are repeat there, Lucas. There are bandits who have no will to fight. They only pretended to fight while people around them were coughing up blood in battle. Used to do have it or giveth them a chance, right? Do you see it, they've already wasted it. If they had at least defended, that attack wouldn't have been activated. They themselves are responsible for leading themselves to their deaths. On the other hand, the other soldiers are extremely exhausted. There isn't a single soldier who wasn't injured trying to stop the giant slime with their bodies. But the bandits were the first to back out when everyone else took the lead and fought bravely. If I have to discard anyone, it should be them. Live Sernet weighed the same on the front lines. As a frontline commander, I must strictly measure and judge these lives. I know this from my past game experiences. I didn't take much time to think. We're still saving them. How come, Your Highness? Coolin, that bastard. He took 2 pieces of expensive equipment when he got swallowed. But. Don't worry, Lucas. I have my insurance. Just wait for me. Got it? Let's go. Wait. Kathon now, if I obviously use magic like this right in front of it, the grab attack gets activated as well. So everyone keep this in mind. Am I pie and see? See you all later, Drusura. It's slippery. Get me out. Get me out of here. I don't want to die. Gosh darn. So loud. Yuan, Yin. HNHWHY is the prince here? Have you come here to save us yourself? Your Highness. Yeah. Can't you tell, you idiots? So shut up. Punishment unit, attention. Listen up. In about 7 minutes from now, the digestion will be completed. If we don't escape before, we'll all become a thick, melted stew. The acid inside the slime stomach. The slime emperor's outer skin has a high recovery rate, but it takes critical damage from attacks to its insides. From now on, in the direction I point in, attack that area nonstop. Yura dash. By the way, Your Highness, did you really come all this way to save us? Why? Are you surprised? Rather than surprised, I just don't understand. Aren't we just a pile of disposable cards to you? Why are you risking your life to save us? I made you 2 new pieces of equipment. You think those were cheap? I need to take back what I'm owed. A prince is risking his life just for some that doesn't sound right at all. I save people. WH. I kill monsters and I save people. That's the Flame 1 principle I push on this battlefront. You save people? Even though we're just criminals in the punishment unit, you're saving us? Is the punishment unit not made of you? Can tell from my hair color. I'm a mixed blood with an inhuman race. And it's the blood of the most despised kind of beast. Inhumans are people too. As long as it's within my power, if I can save people, then I must save them. That's it. I'm tired as fuck, so don't question me. I didn't see you like that, but you're a complete fool. I'll take that as a compliment. I've seen a lot of people who make all kinds of empty promises and empty excuses, but I've never seen someone crawl into the belly of a monster to keep their beliefs. And that belief is to save people. What, do I look cool in this? Do you want to follow me? A little bit, 0%. But at this rate, we'll all die. We can't deal enough damage to break the stomach lining. There's no choice. You said you're lucky, right, Coolin? Prove it. What's Essel? Lucky Strike. It's the most luck-based equipment in the world. Strong luck, you are extremely lucky. There's no chance of a major failure. Coolin's characteristic strong luck eliminates the chance of failure in any outcome. In other words, it eliminates the probability of fumble, Lucky Strike's worst outcome. The damage might vary, but at the very least we won't have to risk his arm getting shattered. Also, you asked if my luck is good? Of course it's because a great person like you came all this way to save a lowlife like me. 50, I'm already lucky. Jackie. Heya. Standing 0, 21, 0, 17, 0, 0, 1. Why does he keep dealing 1 damage? Could it be the Lucky Strike, that thing? Is there some attribute that lowers the damage the more attempts there are? Hurry, leader. Even though the system is rigged like that, only when you win with a small possibility like that can it be considered true strong luck. Heya. I'm Coolin of Miracles. Do you think jackpot 7-0? Woa dash. We're alive dash. Flameker shred it. Percent 0% DL. 3119010. We killed it dash. Okay, my luck is good today. We were all marinating in acid, so we were not fine. But no one died. And now, stage 9 awaits. The city is on the brink of destruction, and the evacuation site is the only hope left. You have to go too, Damien. If you stay like this, we'll have to take you by force. I'll go to the evacuation site. The streets are empty, the silence deafening as people flee in panic. His Highness ordered that the gun is not to return Noko no matter what. I just want to stay here. What? His Highness will defeat the monster anyway. But as the head priestess, I have to prepare for the worst-case scenario. Lol, is something wrong? Priestess? Kareha. Aha. I'll try to persuade Damien. You can go tend to your other tasks, priestess. The evacuation just needs to happen by tomorrow, right? I'll persuade him in time. Thank you. Whatever you say, I'm just going to stay here. If the monster happens to break through the front lines, what a coincidence. That was my plan too. The wind is picking up, and the sky is darkening with an ominous storm. I didn't want to go to the evacuation site either. I wanted to support them, but my legs like this. My brother is out there trying to stop the monster as well. He's out there fighting with his life on the line. It's weird, you know? So I'll just stay here. Let's stay in this city together. Yuran of the defense came over. Longfu, I can finally catch a breath. Thanks, Ash. What happened, Mumyung? Why were you inside Jormungandr's stomach? The Lake Kingdom's walls are breached, and the monsters are pouring out. I've always been cutting down and slashing the monsters that try to leak out of the Lake Kingdom. But it was the snake this time. The city's defenses are weakening, and the people are running for their lives. I've never stopped Jormungandr head-on. The weight of the world is crushing me, and I'm not sure how much longer I can hold on. But I still tried. Did you fail and get eaten? No, at first I succeeded. I succeeded in stopping Jormungandr. How could a single person stop this giant snake? But right after, the Wolf King bargained in. By Wolf King, you mean the commander of the werewolf army, Wolf King Lunard? Yes, you're well-versed. Of course, I know him. He's a boss monster in the game as well. Is the army we have to face in Stage 10 the werewolf army? I told you last time, Ash, that some of the nightmare commanders are after your life. The Wolf King is one of those targeting you most eagerly. He kept looking for you inside the dungeon. The Wolf King attacked me after I stopped Jormungandr. Then his guards jumped into Jormungandr's hollow now. I couldn't just sit by and watch, so I jumped into Jormungandr's mouth as it was closing. Oh well, I see. So you defeated all those wolves for me. Huh? Ah, it's hard to say this myself, but I guarantee you that I'm stronger than anyone else in the Lake Kingdom. I don't know if she's the strongest, but it's undeniable that she's immensely powerful. But when I leave the Lake Kingdom, my abilities are limited. Now, I am a normal human who cannot perform spells. And the reason you're saying all of this is the Wolf King's guards in Jormungandr's stomach. I didn't defeat them, and they managed to escape before I did. If you guys didn't get rid of them yet, that means they're hiding somewhere on this snake's body, waiting for a chance. God damn it. The invasion of another monster army. There's no darker event, but this is more messed up. Before the mission, Ash assigned different meanings to different flare colors. Red is a request for support, yellow is an order to gather, and orange is a call to be vigilant of their surroundings. Guard up? Why all of a sudden? I don't know what's going on, but I'll head over to the bodyguard senior. HM? L. Mungcax. Jormungandr Central Area. Oh, Sir Knight. Boss, did you guys sleep well? Look at this. It's called a drill and it's great. With this tool, we can easily catch up to all the work you guys did yesterday. Put that away and get your weapons out. Why yes, boss. I see you sensed it too, Sir Knight. Obviously, the air reeks of my kind. I always said I wanted to be a beastly guy, but now that I see them, they kinda suck. I think you guys would look better with a trim. Howling a combat buff through group resonance. Move, you sons of bitches. I need to go check and see if His Highness is okay. Jormungandr head area ha. Ha. Junior fell into shock due to the sudden ambush. There are about 20 werewolves surrounding them. This isn't good. Reyna stood tall, her eyes fixed on the snarling pack of werewolves. No vanguard by her side. The air was thick with tension as she cracked her whip, a fierce determination burning within her. Her years of military training had prepared her for battles, but this felt different, the stakes higher. The werewolves charged, their fangs bared, and Reyna drew her sword, ready to face them head-on. For a moment, the world seemed to slow as she clashed with the pack, her blade slicing through the chaos. But in the heat of battle, she felt a pang of doubt, her focus wavering for the first time. And then she saw him, the young sorcerer behind her, his eyes wide with fear as the werewolves closed in. In a world where adventurers roam free, a shocking secret lies hidden in the depths of the Lake Kingdom's dungeon. The whispers spoke of a legendary treasure, one that could change the course of history. Hal 20, an elf adventurer, stood at the entrance of the women's bath, frozen in terror. The hot spring facility, once a serene oasis, was now a scene of chaos and despair. Evangeline's eyes widened as she stumbled upon a cryptic message scrawled on the wall, "The Holy Grail Expedition." A ghostly figure materialized before her, its presence sending shivers down her spine. The ghostly apparition spoke in a voice that sent chills down her spine. In the women's bath, a secret lies hidden. A faint whisper echoed in the distance, the words 110 etched in her mind. The ghostly figure vanished, leaving Evangeline with a cryptic message. "Your chubby belly is kind of cute, Evangeline." Huh? Evangeline's face turned bright red as she realized she had been caught off guard. A faint gasp escaped her lips as she stuttered, "Gwek dash." The scene shifted to a group of adventurers, their faces etched with worry and fear. The leader of the group spoke in a hushed tone, That won't do. We need to get out of here now. One of the adventurers, a young elf, spoke up. But I only brought eggs and honey water. The leader nodded, his expression serious. Anyway, let's put that aside for now. Why did you scream like that? A ghostly figure materialized before them, its presence sending shivers down their spines. The ghostly apparition spoke in a voice that sent chills down their spines. A little earlier, women's bath. The spirit's hidden bath. Enjoy your own private hot spring experience. Smooth egg sea is. Con very one cos. The group exchanged worried glances, unsure of what to make of the cryptic message. One of the adventurers, a young elf, spoke up. Akia dash. It's a Gus dash. Triple A. The scene shifted to a group of adventurers, their faces etched with worry and fear. The leader of the group spoke in a hushed tone. What were you doing in here? Answer me. Please spare me. Please spare me. I'm not a monster or a ghost. I'm an adventurer. Please spare me. The leader of the group looked at Evangeline with a mixture of confusion and concern. Evangeline spoke up, her voice shaking. You're an elf. Yes, that's right, an elf. An elf adventurer. I was exploring the dungeon here. The leader nodded, his expression serious. An NPC party. The group exchanged worried glances, unsure of what to make of the term. One of the adventurers, a young elf, spoke up. NPC party, commonly called a raid party. Unlike newbie parties like ours that have entered the dungeon less than a year ago, there are NPC adventurer parties that have been struggling to clear the dungeon for years. The leader nodded, his expression serious. Depending on the situation, they can become allies or enemies. If things go well, they can even join under our command. The scene shifted to a group of adventurers, their faces etched with worry and fear. One of the adventurers, a young elf, spoke up. And among the NPC parties, there is only one party composed entirely of elves. The Holy Grail Expedition, directly under the Elf Queen. 100 years ago, when the kingdoms of other races were collapsing after the group exchanged worried glances, unsure of what to make of the story. The leader of the group spoke in a hushed tone. And then, one of the adventurers, a young elf, spoke up. We consider ourselves a fairly experienced party, but we never imagined a Legion commander would appear personally. We were completely crushed. The scene shifted to a group of adventurers, their faces etched with worry and fear. The leader of the group spoke in a hushed tone. But after destroying us, you are not the ones we are looking for. They said something like that. What the hell? If that was the case, why attack us? One of the adventurers, a young elf, spoke up. Some of the Nightmare Legion commanders are targeting her. The deeper you go into the Lake Kingdom, the easier it will be for them to track your traces and send hunters after you. The leader nodded, his expression serious. After that, they captured us and started dragging us somewhere. Luckily, the bindings on me were loose, so I managed to escape alone. The scene shifted to a group of adventurers, their faces etched with worry and fear. One of the adventurers, a young elf, spoke up. Something big must be happening in the depths of the dungeon. The wandering undead and even the adventurers who commissioned equipment from me, none of them have been seen for a long time. The group exchanged worried glances, unsure of what to make of the situation. Evangeline spoke up, her voice shaking. What if it's not just them? What if other NPC parties are being kidnapped too? Wouldn't that mean I'm partly responsible for this? Anyway, after escaping alone, I stay in the women's bath for a few days to recover. Egg, delicious egg, the silence is deafening in this abandoned place. Then suddenly someone came in. I was so startled that I dove underwater to hide. But I couldn't hold my breath and eventually popped out. Then she got so scared that she ran away immediately anyway. I understand the situation now. Is there anything we can do to help? The weight of responsibility settles on my shoulders. Could you please rescue my party? Of course, it comes to this. Do you know where they were taken? They were probably taken to Zone 7, their base. The Wolf Den. Zone 7. That's not a level we can handle yet. But there is a way. The problem is whether the prisoners can hold out until then. Tlee. He's even popped the quest window right in front of me. That guy Ader's sudden quest. Rescue NPC. Time remaining, 30 days. Check location. The quest expires in 30 days. So the prisoners will survive for at least 30 days. I explained our situation to the elf woman, that I am the commander of the Southern Defense Line, and in 4 weeks the Werewolf Legion will invade the city, and that after defeating them we would go rescue her companions. To understood. My companions are strong people, so I will pray they endure as long as possible. Thank you. Though I hesitate to call it repayment, I recommend that your group prioritize opening a route to the Wolf Den. In that case, I will help with that exploration. I've been wandering around here for a long time, so I know quite a lot, especially when it comes to navigation and scouting. Wait, what kind of jackpot is this? Even if it's just a 30-day short-term contract, I can add an NPC character to the party for free. My name is Verdandi. Please take care of me. Lord Ash. Verdandi? That Verdandi? The leader of the Holy Grail expedition, the SSR rank assassin character. She looked clueless, so I thought she was just weak. She's actually an NPC? Ugh. What's wrong? SSR? I mean, Verdandi. I'm sorry, but do you have anything to eat? I've been starving for days. I'm still trying to wrap my head around this new reality. Delicious. This is so long since I last ate an egg. Normally we survive on preserved food left behind by the people of the Lake Kingdom. Sob. Today's meal is so good. Come, I'll bring more ingredients. Just tell me what you want. By the World Tree. How can you be so merciful? If that's the case, could you bring sunflower seeds next time? Sure. I will. I was looking forward to roasted eggs. I'll roast some fresh ones when we set back. You want it? I'll roast them right away once we return. I'm trying to enjoy this brief moment of peace. Are you sure you don't want to come with us? Yes. Until I complete the mission I was given, I cannot leave this place. All the NPC parties wandering the dungeon are like that. Will we end up the same way? If we fail to clear the game, my companions may end up just like them even after the world has already been destroyed. They might wander these underground tunnels forever, continuing a meaningless search to save a world that no longer exists. Everyone's exhausted, their faces etched with the weight of a long day's labor. Everyone worked hard today, Lord Ravenswood declares, his voice firm but weary. Let's call it a day. The castle gates creak shut behind them as the workers disappear into the darkness, leaving behind only one question. What's coming next? The truth about your past is not what you think. It's about to shatter everything. Hidden Hanjin there. Snap out of it. Don't set your expectations just because of the indomitable activated. Woa. Am not scared dash. What are you doing? Therese guard no matter what. Team. Can't see the concern on our comrade's face. But I'll return as soon as possible. Lucas dodged a single question of hesitation. Snap out of it, you fools. Wake up. Mlo. Ack. A dark figure emerged from the shadows, its presence sending shivers down the spines of the brave warriors. Suddenly, the ground beneath them began to shake, and the sound of thunder echoed through the air. Huh? The warriors exchanged worried glances, unsure of what was happening or what was to come. Hold on tight. Huh? Giddy up. The horses' hooves pounded the ground, and the wind whipped through the warrior's hair. A blast of energy shot through the air, illuminating the darkening landscape. Percent. The sound of clashing steel echoed through the air as the warriors charged into battle. Why? Gongmuohei, young knight man. What is it? Are you interested in seeing my granddaughter? She's a fine young woman. If you have the energy to make jokes, use it to recover your magic. There are still a lot of monsters left. Haha. To his owner, he's sweet as can be, but a princeless Lucas is colder than ice. Well, thanks for saving me. No need to thank me. I'm just following His Highness' orders. But, I'm sorry I couldn't arrive sooner. Let's regret it after we kill all those monsters. It's been a while since this old hag has been this pissed off. Thanks to Indomitable Commander, the kill zone was restored just in time. Jupiter returned safely too. Flawless hero characters, but I lost 4 stat records yet again. There weren't detailed and varied reactions. I completely expected the horses to get scared as well. That's also... A faint cry echoed through the darkness, and the sound of footsteps echoed through the night. The kill zone is falling apart and the enemies are flooding in. A blinding flash of light illuminated the darkening battlefield. Now we have to fight along the fort wall. If it was possible, I wanted to end this with just firepower. Stage 1 LV.25 Spectre Knight, 1 LV.5 Living Armor Pawns, 277 kill counts. 775, at least we took care of a lot of them. It's worth a try. This battlefield is still under my control. Your Highness, I have rescued Dame Jupiter. Lucas reluctantly addressed Jupiter as a dame. It seemed like he disapproved of her because she was dishonorably discharged. But it was right of him to keep his respect. Jupiter, I'm glad you returned alive. Jean, I'm ashamed, Your Highness. This old hag has made too many mistakes. I made innocent young rookies die in vain. What a shame. You didn't know a monster would suddenly appear in the air, and you didn't know the horses would go crazy. It's not your fault. That's why. I'll pay it back. No matter what, I will take that monster's neck. Focus on your recovery, Jupiter. Your power soon. What? I will take that monster's neck. Focus on your recovery, Jupiter. Your power soon. The world needs a hero. But what if I'm not enough? The memories of the fallen still haunt me. But I won't give up. EI6 no longer working. Stop. Cease fire. Why yes. It's over. T. 1 Damien, take a break. But the enemies are still approaching. You have to catch a bigger prey. The enemies finally reached the fort walls. The walls held strong, but for how long? The soldiers are getting anxious, but I have a plan. When the fort walls didn't break, the living armors began to climb up them. The enemy is closing in, but I won't back down. Prepare for combat. Yes, prepare for combat. Hand-to-hand combat squad, to the front. We'll take them down one by one. To the front. This is it, the moment of truth. Run. The battle rages on, but I see a glimmer of hope. And that's when everything changed. Explosions rock the city as a massive, ancient creature bursts forth from the depths. 7120. Code Blue. Civilians flee in terror as the beast's roar shakes the ground. HAL 20. The military's top-secret project, Project Leviathan, has been activated. The creature's enormous wingspan blocks out the sun, casting a dark shadow over the city. Dungong 4. Engineers scramble to deploy the city's defense grid as the beast takes flight. Stand by. The city's AI, Eve, alerts the military's top commander of the impending attack. Eve's screens flicker with data as she plots the creature's trajectory and military response. Not yet, stand by. The commander orders Eve to hold fire, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Eve's screens go dark as she awaits further instructions from the commander. Now, Eve gives the order to fire the city's defense grid, unleashing a barrage of missiles. Drop it. The missiles hit their mark, but the creature's massive size absorbs the impact. Drop it. The commander orders Eve to fire again, but the creature's regenerative abilities are starting to take effect. Drop it. Eve's systems overload as the creature's sheer power pushes the city's defenses to the limit. These are pieces of stone and steel and other junk left over from the reinforcement construction. The city's defenses are failing. Eve's screens flicker back to life as she assesses the situation and plots a new course of action. I positioned them above the fort walls in advance. The commander's voice echoes through Eve's comm system. Many of the living armor fell to the ground and broke into smithereens, but the rest stood back up again. The creature's regenerative abilities are too powerful. But the rest stood back up again. The commander's voice is laced with frustration and worry. They're still climbing the walls despite getting hit by all that junk. Eve's data streams in, painting a desperate picture. Push them down with spears. The commander orders the living armor to take a more aggressive stance. Them down with spears. The living armor charges into battle, spears at the ready. Let's reorganize the party. Jupiter is the main party. The commander's voice is laced with a hint of desperation. Activating Partisynergii, the living armor systems synchronize, ready to unleash a powerful attack. Ash XLV-5 Lily, R. Lucas, SSRLV-27 Jupiter, SRLV-35 Damien, NLV-15 Battlefield Bodyguards Doublemage, Commander 1. Mage 2. This party does not all party members lose morale. Magic attack, the living armor's status screens flicker to life. Whoa, 20% increase. That's beautiful. The commander's voice is filled with hope. But right mon, the commander's tone turns serious once more. Eve's systems falter as the creature's power surges forward. The enemies are coming up. The creature's massive claws swipe at the city, threatening to tear it apart. Eve's screens flicker wildly as she struggles to keep up with the creature's assault. Wangxing. The commander's voice is laced with urgency, ordering the living armor to hold their ground. Ugh! The creature's claws rip through the city's defenses, sending debris flying everywhere. From now on, we have to fight the enemies while they're physically attacking us. The commander's voice is laced with a sense of resignation. We have to fight the enemies while they're physically attacking us. The city's defenses are failing, and the creature is closing in. Sure. The commander's voice is laced with a hint of sadness, as if he knows the battle is lost. Will the soldiers be able to do it? Eve's systems falter as the creature's power surges forward. Eve's screens flicker wildly as she struggles to keep up with the creature's assault. Eve's systems overload as the creature's sheer power pushes the city's defenses to the limit. Eve's screens go dark as she fails to keep up with the creature's assault. The city's defenses are failing, and the creature is closing in. I'll cut. The creature's massive claws swipe at the city, threatening to tear it apart. The enemy's down. All you guys need to stop them. Yes, sir. Kura, in order to survive, all the soldiers must be stronger. They have no choice but to crash, fight, and win. Lily. Next artifact. Yes, Your Highness. Activating the artifact. Haste. All comrades' movements become 5% faster durations minutes. They will help in hand-to-hand combat. Push out the monsters. Drop them. Everyone succeed. Why, that's Lucas' first skill. The strike of strong will. A stackable skill that makes him stronger the more enemies he kills. However, it's not enough. We're losing 0 VOA. Injured immediately. Switch out soldiers. We're getting more and more injured soldiers. Your Highness, he needs to use his power on the boss. Jupiter 2. What should I do? There has to be a way to lower the injury rate and get rid of the remaining enemies. That's right, Lily can use magic. You've always been a mage. What? Are you serious? I've never seen her cast a spell. Yeah, great, Lily. I'll promote you later. But for now, let's save the kingdom. Me? I seem to be the one who's been holding back the enemy's advance. So here, Lily, cast fire magic one more time. I'm exhausted. Just do it once more. Now, ready, let's go. Fire magic strengthened by 25%. You can do this, Lily. Oh no, not again. My mana is depleted. Come on, Lily, you can do it. One last time. I'll support you with my swordsmanship. Together we can take them down. The soldiers blocked with their bodies, but... Wait, what's happening? The flames are spreading. No, my vision is blurring. I'm losing control. Don't look away, Lily. Keep your focus on the enemy. I'm burning them with fire. But the flames are getting stronger. We need to end this fast. I see a way to finish them off. Let's do this, Lily. One last blast of fire magic. Aim for the dark sorcerer. He's the one controlling the enemy. With one final blow, we can defeat them and save the kingdom. The soldiers are weakening. We can do this. Just a little bit longer, Lily. Don't give up. I'm cutting through the enemy lines. But there are too many of them. We need to retreat. Lily, use your magic to create a diversion. We can use the chaos to escape and regroup. But the flames are getting too intense. We need to act fast. It's over. We can't hold out much longer. We have to keep fighting. We can't give up. It's over. We did it. We defeated the enemy and saved the kingdom. But at what cost? My mana is depleted and I see something coming. Something big. What is it? It can't be. No, it can't be him. The dark sorcerer. He's not defeated yet. How is this possible? We thought we won. It can't be. It can't be. We have to prepare for the worst. He's coming for us. And I can feel it. The darkness closing in. In the heart of the city, a mysterious figure lurked in the shadows. Eyeglasses perched on the end of his nose. He examined the streets with calculated precision. The air was thick with tension as pedestrians avoided his piercing gaze. A sleek black car pulled up, and a suited figure stepped out, locking eyes with the mysterious man. Their silent standoff was a testament to the unspoken rules of the underworld. A faint hum filled the air, and the suited figure's phone buzzed with an urgent message. The mysterious figure's eyes narrowed as he whispered a single word into the darkness. "Oh, sir." A faint echo of the whispered words spread like wildfire through the city's hidden networks. The suited figure's eyes widened in horror as he realized the true extent of the impending destruction.